Hey guys, welcome to another live stream. I'm running a few minutes behind today. I apologize. I had to go upstairs and grab my new fingerless gloves because my hands are constantly cold when I write or when I type or whatever. So I found these at Ross's, I don't know, quite a while ago actually. For some reason, I'm just getting around to opening them now. But they're little Mickey Mouse fingerless gloves that I was like, I should try those out and see if they help my hands not be so freezing cold when I'm trying to get some writing done. Anyway, so let me know who say hi and let me know what you guys are going to be working on today because I know while I'm sure many of us are working on writing right now with Camp Nano starting at the beginning of April. I know not everybody does writing when they come on these productivity sprint live streams. Sometimes you have to get other stuff done, right? You know, dishes and reading and other non-writing related work stuff. So anyway, let me know what you're doing today and what your goal is for today or for the live stream or for Nano or things of that nature. What's your goal? So let me quick say hi to everybody in the comments. Julie from Pages and Pens. Hi. Yeah, I know. They're really cute actually. And I love that they have the little button thing where you can unbutton them and then they turn into like little mittens when you need to go outside. I know it's April, but it's still cold here in Pennsylvania. So I'm sure I'll still get use out of them because my house is cold right now because it's so cold here. We don't start getting like consistent warm weather until like mid-May, which is kind of ridiculous. Like we don't really get spring. We get sprinter and then we just right into summer. That's what happens around here. Hi Estelle, thanks for joining me. I know Estelle was here a few times before, so thanks for coming back and hanging out with me. Hi Axis. 2,000 words today. That's a goal. That's like my long-term goal is to get myself up to that point because right now my goal is 1,000 words a day, and some days I struggle to even get that. So eventually I'd like to get to 2K, but I know I kind of got to work my way up to that slowly. Estelle is editing a YA contemporary fantasy. Ooh. Can you give me like a vibe? Like what kind of contemporary fantasy are we going for? Like what do they call it? Comparative title, I think is the term. Julie is diving back into book 3 after a break. She hasn't looked at it since November. I feel you. I'm in the same exact boat. I started rewriting a book in November during NaNoWriMo, and I have not touched it since November. I shouldn't say November, since December, and I'm just diving back in for Nano, so I'm kind of in the same boat you are. Oh, Julie, I didn't know you were in Pennsylvania too. That's cool. That's very cool. What area of Pennsylvania are you in? Because that'd be cool if we could hook up, actually do like real life stuff together. Because I have 0 real life writer friends. Is anybody else in that boat? I have like none. Yeah, it's warmer here this week, but it's never consistent. So yeah, I want to enjoy the sun while I can. Hi Rachel. Um, oh, you just got back from Heart Breathings. I follow her too. And joined camp to revise as much as possible for her first novel. Ooh, first novel! Congratulations. Axis. I have a contract. I have a contractor, else I'd be writing way less. Deadline, is that what you're talking about? I have a self-imposed deadline, um, which means I should probably be trying to write more than 1,000 words a day, but I also know that if I try to do that too consistently, I'll burn myself out in like 3 days. So slow and steady wins the race. Oh, Estelle says her YA contemporary is about a young boy with a ton of imagination who realizes that he's not just imaginative. Tiny people do live in a castle made of clouds, and they're here to take their revenge on humans. What? That sounds like so like cutesy fairy tale, and then all of a sudden you go bam, and they're gonna take revenge on humans, and I was just like, whoa. Rachel, yeah, no writer, no real writer, real life writer friends. So that's why whenever I find out a writer friend is actually kind of close, that's always cool to hear. Okay, down in the Philly area. Okay, yeah, I'm like 2 hours away from you. I'm up closer to the Poconos. So, but I mean, that's not like horribly far away. It's drivable. I drive that far for my other business, which is wedding planning. So, um, that's cool. And Estelle has one real life writer friend and many online ones. That's right. I feel like a lot of us really lean on the online writing community because so few of us have real life writing friends. So, okay, guys. Well, I've babbled on long enough, and you guys came here to get some stuff done today. So let's jump into our first writing sprint. For those of you who don't know kind of the structure that I do for my live streams, I do 3 20-minute sprints with my goal is to keep the breaks to 5 minutes or less. So that's just to make sure that I'm kind of done and out before my kids get home from school. So that's kind of how I structure things. So let's jump into our first writing sprint of the day. We're going to do 20 minutes. And I have a cute little timer today instead of relying on my phone. I actually figured out how to use the share screen thing on StreamYard, so I could actually put a timer up on the screen. So yay me for figuring out technology. So let me do that. Come on, computer. There we go. My computer is being really slow today. But anyway, all right, guys. Make sure that you are ready to go. You have your hands are nice and warm. If you're always cold like I am, make sure you have a drink nearby and any snacks just to make sure you have your energy up because it's lunchtime where I am. And we will get started in 3, 2, 1, and go. Hey guys, timer is up. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I was having some technical issues with my computer and StreamYard, and I don't know what happened, but apparently my computer or StreamYard doesn't like me screen sharing today. So I guess I want to screen share today. So let me know how you guys did, what you guys are working on. And I have a question for you guys to answer while we're on this break, which is, what is the hardest stage of writing for you? I'm going to quick type it in the comments just so I can put it on the screen for anybody that kind of hops in during the middle of the break. And then I'm going to quick say hi to anybody that's kind of jumped in during our writing sprint. There it is. Like, another thing, I love these things, but I've never actually typed with gloves, with fingerless gloves on, so it's a really awkward feeling. And I'm finding I'm making a lot more typing mistakes than I usually do. I'm usually a pretty accurate typist, but not with these things on today. I guess I got to get used to them. And then I got to pull my word count. I don't think I got a whole lot of words done that sprint because I was trying to deal with all of the technical issues. You gotta love technology. Um, I guess you love it when it works and you don't love it when it doesn't work. My computer is super laggy today. Am I really laggy, like voice and uh video and all that stuff? I feel like it's really, really laggy today, like more than usual. Okay, so let me see if I can grab my word count quick. And I'm back. Am I still laggy? God, I hope not. Oh, um, and I'm back. Am I still laggy? I don't. How do I? Hold on. Let me know if I'm better. I hope I'm better as far as the lagging goes. And where was I? I know I was saying hi to Tina, because she hopped in. And everybody, yes, I see everybody's telling me, yes, you're super laggy and freezing and glitching and oh. Anyway, I hope it's better. Let me know if it is. Where was I? Okay, and then Tina, yes, I said hi to Tina. And yes, that was right before StreamYard crashed on me and the sprint and all of that fun stuff happened. Uh Estelle got chapter 9 edited. Awesome. Axis got 300 words written. That's good. I know I did not get 300 words written. I got like 100, maybe 150 if I'm lucky. Tina started her morning pages, and she says the hardest stage of writing for her is, I'm assuming what she means by actual writing is drafting. I'm with you on that. That is the hardest stage for me, is the actual drafting. I am a notoriously slow writer. So getting the draft done is always the longest part of the process for me and the most difficult part of the process for me. I'm a much faster editor than I am a writer. Okay, and then Julie says she's trying to grab quotes for back cover blurbs on book 2 and a front cover eye grabber. Okay, so you're trying to get blurbs for the back of book 2 and like a short quote for the front cover, I'm assuming? You'd think the publisher would do that. Nope. I know that's kind of one of the things when I was trying to decide between do I want to self-publish or traditionally publish. Like, as I dug deeper into it, I felt like all of this stuff that would have drawn me to traditional publishing, they were doing less and less often nowadays. Like, they don't really do your marketing for you. You're lucky if you get, obviously, like, the cover is usually included, and things of that nature. Like, a lot of the stuff that I wanted them to cover, they don't cover anyway. Like, I don't mind getting my own like getting a cover made on my own. It was the marketing part that I really wanted them to handle, and they don't do that anyway. So um I don't like drafting. It's not that uncommon of an opinion, actually, obviously, because already 2 or 3 people don't. I don't want to say I don't like drafting. It's just the hardest part for me. I do like it. I just struggle with it more than other parts. Because I have a killer inner editor that doesn't shut up. That's a good idea. I should cut the thumbs out, Julie. I really should do that, because I don't want to say that's the most awkward part. I think it's just I'm not used to having, like, material on my hands while I'm typing. So my hands just feel super bulky right now. Um, but I'm sure if I'd cut the thumbs, that would probably help too. But that's not really the part that's bothering me. It seems that drafting is a very common struggle for us writers that I didn't realize. I thought more people would say editing than drafting. And apparently I have found my people. Because we all struggle with drafting and not editing as much. It's hard. Axis said it's hard not to be a perfectionist and let my mind wander because I'm not supposed to be editing. I'm supposed to be having fun and letting the story go on. I know that's what we're supposed to do, and I constantly try to tell myself that, but I cannot shut off the voice in the back of my head that says, "Do you really want to write this and then have to throw it away later because you're not sure if you're going to need it? Do you really want to waste a day writing a whole scene that you might not need later?" That's the voice that I can't turn off. It's not the voice that's saying that's the wrong word. I mean, that says that too, don't get me wrong, but it's more the voice of you don't want to waste time writing stuff that you don't think you'll need later. Okay, and then yeah, I know I was super laggy. I'm trying to catch up on all the comments. Um oh yeah, I know what you mean, Julie, where it bugs you that they don't do more than they're doing, but on the other hand, you still get a little bit of control over what goes on. So, I mean, that's kind of nice that you have a good balance because not all publishers give you much say in what you do. So that's cool that you still have kind of some control over what happens, like self-publishers do, but you also have the help of of a publisher behind you to do some of those things like book covers and descriptions and all that stuff. See, that's the stuff I like doing. Like I don't mind coming up with a description and like brainstorming a cover idea to send to a cover designer. Like that stuff is fun to me. It's the marketing that I don't like. It's the how do I come up with a post that people will actually want to look at and will entice them to actually want to go look at my book. That's the part that I don't know how to do, and I'm still struggling to do it. But apparently, that's also the part that publishers don't do a whole lot of. um, oh, you work with it. So Julie works with a small press, but is hoping for a big five for her contemporary romance. Ooh, okay. Oh, good. I'm not laggy anymore. Woohoo! Okay, so yeah, Tina's the same way. I love the editing part. It makes the manuscript beautiful. I'm with you. That's how I feel. I love being able to go back and like at like I'm an another question. Are you guys an underwriter or an overwriter? Because I'm very much an underwriter. Meaning so when I get to the editing part, I get to like add in all those like little details that I skipped over during the first draft. So maybe that's why I like editing. I like being able to just focus on those little things that I didn't take the time to figure out during the drafting part. Like the drafting part for me is like a lot of dialogue, which is my favorite part of drafting is writing the dialogue. So by the time I get to the editing part or the revising part, I guess that's kind of where I get to like dig down into the like how do I want this to sound? And did I add enough detail because I am such an underwriter that a lot of times that's kind of what I get to work on. So the dialogue is what kind of keeps me going forward with the first draft. Estelle says that she's also an underwriter. Yep. Adding words. Yep. That's what I'm going to be doing after I'm done this draft. oh, I didn't know. Axis is only 17 and he's hoping to get professionally published. When you say professionally published, I'm assuming that means traditionally published, like with a publisher, not self-publishing. Okay, so now that we've spent quite a bit of time between me trying to fix my computer and me going through all the comments so we could answer the question, we should probably get into another writing sprint because we are way behind on time because of my computer. I blame it all on my computer. It's not my fault. I was not too chatty this time. So I'm going to go back to using my phone just because my computer hates me today and it's easier for me to do it with my phone because then my computer can't hate me for it. So let me pull up my timer. Ugh, as soon as I cancel, I have to change the timer. Okay, 20 minutes on the clock, guys. Let's start our second sprint of the day and go. Okay, guys, that's the end of the second sprint. Okay. So let me know how you did, what you were working on, what you got done, all that good stuff. I might actually be able to pull my word count up this time because my computer is not being so mean to me now. So I'm just gonna pull what I wrote so far in the stream since I couldn't really update you last time. Here we go. So in the 2 sprints that we had so far, I got 335 words total. So my average is usually about 200 words per sprint, but that first sprint, I'm sure I was a lot lower than that. So I'm kind of on track. So anyway, let me know how you did during that sprint. And I have another question for you, which was, what is your favorite thing to write? Which how I want to I'll go into a little more detail on what I mean. I don't mean like genre or anything like that. I'm kind of talking about like elements of a story. So like you have plot, you have dialogue, you have prose, you have descriptions, you have like all of these things that go into writing a complete story. So I want to know what your favorite part of that is. So is your favorite part like working out all of like the little like plot points that are going to like go together and make sense together, and like the foreshadowing of things and things of that nature? Is your favorite part like writing those pretty little descriptions of like the sunset or something of that nature? Or is it, writing the dialogue between two characters, or do you like writing action scenes, or you do you understand where I'm going with this question? So I'm going to put that in the comments again so I can put it on the screen for anybody who jumps in during the discussion. Um, Hopefully they'll understand what I mean. So Axis got 241 words. Oh, and let me say hi. Coffee Create Connect is here. Hi. Thank you for joining me. And Estelle had to go, but she'll try and come back tomorrow because I will be hosting another live stream tomorrow, same time, same place, all of that good stuff, here on my channel, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you guys are free tomorrow, you can always come back and hang out with me again and get some more words written. Okay, so let me see if anybody. It sometimes it takes a minute for the StreamYard to bring the comments in. So, Rachel says she likes writing dialogue. Oh, in fact, her editor told her that you like dialogue too. You love writing dialogue. I agree with you. Dialogue is my favorite thing to write because I love like snarky banter between characters. It's like my favorite thing ever. And I have the same problem. I usually write too much dialogue and not enough like description. I'm really, really bad at writing description, especially of settings. I'm so bad at writing setting descriptions that a lot of times my beta readers and my editor says, I have no idea where I am. I'm in a white room. And I'm like, oh, so bad at this. Anyway, Axis says favorite part is writing innocent romance scenes. Oh, okay. Can you go into more detail on what you mean by that? Like, is it the obviously you enjoy the interaction between characters. So is it the dialogue? Is it the action between them? Is it the emotions that you're describing between them? Just curious. Like for me, it is absolutely this snarky banter that happens between characters. um, yes, my Rachel says yes. My MC is very snarky and foul mouthed. That's kind of how mine are too. So, and right now, the draft that I'm working on right now, my two characters are they're it's an enemies to lovers trope. So there is a ton of snarky arguing and like smart ass remarks to each other. It's just my favorite thing ever. I just love this stuff. So anyway, that's what I'm working on right now, and that's my favorite part. Julie was making lunch. I need to make lunch when I'm done. I'm going to be getting lunch after I'm done making this, after I'm done the stream, probably. So, what are you having for lunch? I'm having macaroni and cheese. So, let me know what you're eating good, because I love food too. And I didn't have snack with me today. Sad face. I ran out of my chips and dip. Anyway, Julie says her favorite is dialogue as well. Yes, I tend to be more character driven, so that's where I focus. I am extremely character driven myself, which is why I have really bad white room syndrome. Really like I have to be really conscious of that when I go through my revisions, because I know for a fact that it is a weakness of mine. I I have white room syndrome all the time. That I need to, like, when I go through my first round of revisions, it's like I shouldn't say my first round, because my first round of revisions is obviously making sure the story is happening in the right order. Once I have the storyline nailed down and I'm kind of getting into the details of each scene, that's where I know I need to be really conscious of making sure that I'm describing where they are, because I'm so bad at just assuming the reader knows what I know. Like, obviously when I'm writing it in my head, I'm seeing the characters doing what they're doing and where they are, and I forget to describe that. So that's kind of what one of my struggles is setting description. I'm really bad at it. Okay, and then okay, so Axis is saying he likes the romantic banter between the two characters. So yeah, that's my favorite part. I write romance, so um obviously, I'm assuming you guys knew that when I said enemies to lovers, like that's a romance trope. So that's my favorite part is I don't even want to call it romantic banter. I know what you mean by romantic banter, but mine is just like there's no love in the dialogue between them. It's just they're just they're still in the stage of they don't like each other. So anyway, Julie says there's nothing innocent about my romance scenes. I love it. Oh, Julie's having chicken salad and Ritz crackers. That does sound good. I love chicken salad. I haven't had me a good chicken salad in a long time. Long time. Rachel likes my trope, one of the best tropes ever. Yes, I agree. I love enemies to lovers. Mine are not enemies, but definitely not expected. I'm assuming you mean like they're not an expected couple. Like they're like opposites attract kind of thing. So they're not necessarily enemies, but they're not friends either. I'm guessing. Rachel's like, now I'm hungry for chicken salad. I know, me too. This one restaurant really close by to me makes really, really good chicken salad sandwiches. And now I really want to go get one, and I can't because I don't have a car here. So thanks, Julie. Okay, guys. So I'm gonna try and play catch up quick, because I know last time between the technical issues and the chat and all that, my break ran a little over. And I told you I want to try and keep this to 5 minutes or less, because we have words to get written and stuff to get done. So we're gonna hop into our third sprint, and it's 20 minutes again, because they all are. And we're going to try and get some more words written. I'm at 300 and some, which, like I said, my average is 200. So I'm going to try to get more than 200 words written in this 20-minute sprint. Wish me luck. And I will see all of you on the other side of this sprint. So let me get my timer up on my screen. And ready, set. Why does it say 1959? It's 20 minutes. And go. Hey guys, that's the end of our third sprint. Let me know how you did and all that good stuff. How many words did you get? What were you working on? If you weren't drafting, if you were editing or revising or doing non-writing things, let me know. My goal for that sprint was 200. I don't know if I got it, but we'll see. I gotta remember where I left off. There it is. I got 278 that time. That's my best sprint in actually a few days for me, actually, because like I said, I struggle to even hit the 200. Like 200 is my average, which means usually I'm hovering like right under it or slightly over it. So 278 was pretty good for me. Okay, so Julie says all she did was eat and read a few pages of a fun rom-com. Ooh. I haven't read contemporary romance in a very long time. I think the last one I read was probably 50 Shades of Grey, if that's considered contemporary romance. I have a weird definition of contemporary. Like in my mind, anything that is set in real world and has like no like supernatural or paranormal or fantasy elements is automatically contemporary. So that was probably the last true contemporary romance I read, if you consider that contemporary. Access got 194 words. Wow, that's still good. Like I said, that's usually around what I get in a sprint, so I think that's still good. Cha Rachel got 213 words revised. I had to go look some other things up though, so it took a little longer. Well, that would explain why you didn't get like a whole chapter done in one sprint this time. That's kind of what I had to do during revisions too. You have to kind of like go back and double check stuff, and a lot of times for me, because I'm adding words during my revisions, I'll start adding words and then like I'll get an idea to add words to a whole nother section. So then like I'm bouncing back and forth between stuff all the time during revisions. Whereas when I draft, I tend to try to draft like from beginning to end. I try. But during revisions, like all bets are off. I'm all over the place. Thank you, Axis. That was really good for me. I usually don't get that many words. I'm lucky if I hit 300 words. Like that is an awesome sprint for me if I happen to. That usually only happens if I'm doing really long sprints though. Like I know I think somebody told me Julie does like 45-minute sprints, which I need to get in on, because long sprints are always a lot better for me because it takes me like at least 5 minutes or so just to kind of get back into the groove, especially during the first sprint. Like I know a lot of people have like warm up sprints where it's like 5 minutes or whatever. 5 minutes is like nothing. Like I'm like just getting the wheels turning in 5 minutes. You know what I mean? So I prefer longer sprints. So I definitely need to check out Julie's live streams because I heard that she does like 45 minutes. Yeah, and yes, she does. I do absolutely do 45 minute sprints. I'm gonna have to check yours out. I think yours are on the weekends, which is why sometimes I can get to them and sometimes I can't, because weekends are really, really hectic in my house because that's when everybody's home. The kids are home, the husband's home, the mom is home because my mom lives with me. All of the games for sports games are on the weekends, and all of the birthday parties and blah 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 blah. You don't need to hear about my problems. Anyway, Rachel's like a nice squirrel. I will add to the other part too. Exactly. I squirrel so bad. I did not think I had ADD, which is like everybody thinks of ADD as squirrel. Squirrel. I didn't think I had that until I started editing my first piece of writing where I was like, oh my gosh, I do squirrel. I squirrel really bad. And then I took a look at like my hobbies. Like I don't, other than writing, and even writing, I squirrel on because I'm a person who I'll get like really like, ooh, I want to write and I want to write, and I will go hardcore into the writing for like weeks, and then all of a sudden I'm just like, I don't even want to touch a keyboard for weeks. so, so apparently I do struggle a little bit with that because I do the same thing with all of my other hobbies too. Like I'll get into like a gaming mood where like weeks I'll be like really wanting to game, and then all of a sudden I'll be like, I don't even want to look at a video game. Like don't even show me. I don't care. I do that with reading. I do with everything. So I apparently I have ADD and I didn't realize I did. Anyway, does anybody else do that with their hobbies where they get into like their moods where like they're really into a reading mood and then all of a sudden they're like, nope, I'm done. I'm on to the next thing for a while. That's what I do. I know some people aren't like that. Like they'll just like somebody who was it? I don't know who it was, but somebody told me they read like 600 books in a year. And I was like, 600 books? How many books is that a month? I'm not good at math. So I don't know how many books that is a month, but that seems like a lot of books a month. So I don't read that many books. Um, a lot of my free time right now is going towards either writing or other author stuff or my event planning business. So I have very little free time to read. So unfortunately, that's just my life right now. Okay, so Julie says she's doing a live stream this Saturday all day. Wow, 12 hours. Whoa. I don't I don't know if I could do that for 12 hours. Oh my gosh, man, kudos to you, girl. I don't know if I could do that for 12 hours. 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Oh man, I might be able to catch the tail end of it. Maybe, and that's a big maybe because it's the day before Easter and my house is crazy busy because I have an egg hunt that I need to go to and I got dinner that I need to prep for the next day and I got baskets I need to put together and I got eggs that I need to hide. So I will try. I will try to catch maybe the tail end of it like right before I go to bed if I don't like pass out as soon as my head hits the pillow. Um okay, and then she usually does Sundays at 8 p.m. Um with two 45-minute sprints. Oh, okay. Yeah, see that's more doable. Like that time frame. I mean, I could just stay up. 8 o'clock is usually when we try and put the kids to bed, and then usually I'm in bed by like 9. Doesn't mean I'm asleep by 9. Just means I'm in bed by 9. So, that one would probably be easier for me to accomplish on a regular basis. So I will definitely have to. I'm sure you have them up ahead of time where I could just hit my reminder because if I'm not subscribed to your page, I will hop on over and do that. I think I am though. And I'll have to hit the reminder buttons. So anybody who's into weekend sprinting and long sprints like I am, make sure to go over and hit Julie's channel because it sounds like she's got stuff going on. I think I top out at 230 something. Well, that's still a lot of bucks. Like I said, when that one whoever it was said 600 bucks, I'm like, oh, how do you have time for anything other than reading? I don't know if that's like her like that's what she does. Like I don't know if she like works for a publisher or what. I don't know. That just seemed like a really high amount. Yeah, yeah, that's what I mean. And that was like a high point for you, and that's even like you try and make priority to read and write. Like that's like your top two hobbies probably. So, whew, I don't know. I don't know. Rachel says, "Oh, I might need to do that to catch up since I'll be on the road tomorrow." Yeah. Yep. Oh, you usually have co-hosts on your live stream, Julie. That's cool. I had co-hosts like years ago, but I don't know. I feel like, and that's starting already, but a lot of times when I had my co-hosts, I got it. That was like in the beginning when I was first starting the live stream and I was really, really new at it. And I ended up like, I felt like we spent 3 hours on screen and we were lucky if we got like 40 minutes of writing time. It was ridiculous. Like, I think I had just gone so long without speaking to another writing person that that's probably what happened. So now that I'm a little more experienced, I might be able to keep my chattiness under control, or I could at least attempt to. Um anyway, so I mean, I like the idea of co-hosting. I don't know. I like just chatting with everybody in the chat box too. So I feel like sometimes if you have a co-host, the chat box gets a little more ignored than if you're just on screen and the only people you have to talk to are the people in the chat box. So I think that's the way I'm gonna go with it for now, at least. I like chatting with people in the chat box. Access say, and he has 1,000 more words to go because he wanted to hit 2K. Because well, then you're at the halfway mark, and we're only about halfway through the day, so you're kind of on track, I want to say. My goal is 1,000 words, and I don't even know what I wrote so far. You know what? For bringing that up, I'm gonna see how many words I wrote so far because now I'm curious. I think this is where I started. What did I get so far today? I got 613 words. So I can't math, 300 and some words to go for the day. And Julie says that those live streams are already scheduled. So if you haven't already, go over and hit the little reminder button on her live streams. Amber and I talk daily and we sprint together every day, even not on streams. So we don't chat, we just work. See, that's what I need to do. I need to be able to just work and not do all of the chattiness during the live streams. And I'm really bad at that, as you can see. I'm trying to keep it under control though, which it's going on 2 o'clock, guys, and I kind of need to wrap this up because my kiddos are going to be home soon, and that makes this very difficult. So I'm going to wrap this up. I want to thank everybody for coming and hanging out with me today. Like I said, I will be back tomorrow at 12 o'clock, same time, Eastern Standard Time, for anybody that missed that. Me and Miss Julie both live in Pennsylvania. So make sure that if you haven't already to check out the channel page or the subscribe and the little bell, because I don't remember if it already has the subscribe down there under this, probably. But if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and hit the little bell so you know when I go live and when I post upcoming live streams and all of that good stuff. So I will be back again tomorrow, and I will see everybody in my next live stream. Bye, guys.